What's up, guys? Monster Michael Todd here. We're back with the Monster Factory, and this is my prediction video 2 on East versus West. This is the main event and co-main event matches. All right, so I'm not sure in what order it's going to be. I know these are the last 2 matches listed on the fight card. So we have Jerry Cadorette versus Georgi Zvetkov for the super heavyweight East versus West World Title Championship match. Listen, Georgie's a bad dude. Like, he's a reigning WAF world champ. Has had some very good performances throughout his career. He's a massive individual. And there's a lane in which you can beat Jerry Cadorette effectively. I don't want to say with relative ease, but it definitely makes the task a lot less difficult. Will Georgie take that lane? And if he does, is he strong enough to execute? Because if he falls into the trap of trying to take Jerry's hand and letting Jerry wedge his arm in there in that bent wrist position, he's in for a very long night. Jerry, you can never underestimate Jerry Cadorette. Somehow, he just has a style that is problematic for most of the world. Like I said, there's been people out there who've got the blueprint, the perfect way to beat Jerry Cadorette. It's harder to do than it looks. Like, it's just, and then he sets up in a way that makes you want to take his hand. You're like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna talk. But that's what he wants. Like, you just fell right into the trap. You took the hand and he just wedged in there. Now, this will be the first time I believe Jerry arm wrestled on these new, bigger pads. Is that going to give him more room to come forward? Is that going to give Georgie more room to go backwards? Will side pressure be a factor? I don't know, man. I got to go with Jerry as a 60-40 favorite, in my opinion. And if you watch the recent video I just did on the 3 opportunities for North America to regain world titles, if Jerry can retain his world title and 3 of us win our world titles, it's looking really good for North America. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a lot of ifs in that. I don't know. I'm excited to watch. Like I said, I don't know if that's the main event match or if that's the co-main event match. Anytime you have John Brzenk on the card, you almost have to make him the main event. I don't think they always do that with East versus West, but it is a pretty big match. So it's not a title match, because I'm pulling for the light heavyweight world title. But this is a light heavyweight #1 contenders match, I believe. John Brzenk versus Iraklis Dvalishvili. What? Stylistically, almost the perfect opponent to beat John Brzenk is Iraklis. He probably is a stronger version than the Taras Avakian of old, who gave John all kinds of trouble. That was a 209-pound John Brzenk. That was probably a 220-pound John Brzenk when they had their super match, which John came back and did very well in the super match. Zlati, sure, it was 209. But that was a healthy shoulder John Brzenk. How much did Vitacell Biologics use Cold Monster stem cells help with John Brzenk's shoulder? You know what I mean? Is he back to previous form? It's almost impossible to bet against John Brzenk because he's a GOAT. Like, he pulls off the most miraculous victories. And sometimes he does it like that Petrenko match. Dude, I'm serious. After watching Petrenko win left-handed the way he did and looking at the size of him and thickness, I just thought John was in trouble. And then John comes out and just essentially does the impossible. Flawless victory by John Brzenk. Iraklis bad, dude. We saw what he did to Marcel Barboza at King of the Table. Now, we did see Todd Hutchins defeat him in East versus West, but I think that's a styles thing. If John Brzenk can control the hand, he wins the match without a doubt. If he gets compromised, he still has path to victory. But if he gets severely compromised, I don't see a path that he wins. If he gets his palm turned all the way up and he is forced to do that old school style of pressure he used to apply, or somewhat of a Todd Hutchins style, I don't think Jon trusts his shoulder enough to do it. I don't know. That's going to be a good one. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat watching that match, especially if I come out on top against Angarbayev, because that's a potential opponent for me, you know, unless Devin decides to cut to 105 and take a shot at the title. Who knows? Like I said, we're back in that if category. There's a lot of ifs there. But that's my prediction. I think Jon Brzezinski's the favorite. 55-45 Jon Brzezinski, just because Irakli is young and hungry, and he does train with the best arm wrestler in the world right now. And Levon is telling people that he's going to beat Jon. So it's always kind of favoritism when you're talking about your training partner, but you also know them very well. So Levon may know something the rest of us don't know. Either way, I'm a fan. I'm going to be watching. On that note, Ingen Terzi is doing an amazing job. I mean, seriously, for so long with all the contracts and the conflict, PAL, WAL, not getting to watch the best from the East versus the best from the West, we've been getting to see a lot. I mean, this is East versus West 6, and I'm pretty sure he's got several more scheduled for this year. I mean, the landscape of arm wrestling is becoming much more clear because of East versus West and what he's doing. His promotion's amazing. His social media platforms are going through the roof. His videos are getting crazy views. So if you're not subscribed to Ingen, East versus West, Enigma Rage, any of that stuff, go subscribe, go follow, show those guys some love. It's awesome what they're doing. I'm really enjoying where arm wrestling's at right now. 2023 is going to be a very exciting year. There's even more stuff that potentially could happen that I haven't got to talk about yet. But check this match out. Watch this whole card. If you haven't ordered yet, go to Core Sports. Get your pay-per-view. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't subscribe, click the bell for notifications.